Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Sorry for the delay. Had some complications yesterday and I had work most of the day. But I'm back uploading a video today and I'm going to be scheduling a video for tomorrow. But in today's showcase, I of course got to showcase off my queen, Caulifla. And so we're going to be going over two gameplays of her with post commentary and her skill set. So let's get right into this. First off, she is a transformation character which can transform at level 7. She turns Super Saiyan 2, she gets an increase to her base HP, armor, and all of her attacks, and then her damage reduction from her passive is increased. Speaking of which, her passive, Bring It On, a skill to increase resistance using the provoked status. Damage taken is reduced from enemies she applies provoked to. Basically, whenever you aggro an opponent with the stats affliction, she takes a lot less damage from them. Very good skill. I mean, passive. But her rush attack is pretty basic, just the normal physical punches, but it does do a bit more damage if they are provoked, so be sure to always have the enemy provoked. Then skill 1, this is where I get the first demonstration, is Storm Kick. Attacks with a 3-hit roundhouse kicks in a set direction. Applies provoked to the enemy's hit, and if it's at point-blank range, the duration of provoked is extended and can be moved/redirected while attacking. Her second skill, Blaze Dive, launches an energy blast at a set position that causes an explosion. Whip in to deal extra damage if the explosion hits. So it has to specifically hit the opponent. It doesn't work against walls and such. It has to be enemies that have HP. Then, finally, it does more damage if they are provoked. For her third skill, she releases a massive energy, like, circular barrier around herself, which pushes away all enemies and blocks close range and project enemy energy attacks. And then for herself, to help her get away from it, because now she's basically alone, she gets a movement speed up, and it's pretty noticeable. And then lastly is her super attack, Crush Cannon. Fires a large number of energy attacks in a set direction. Applies provoked to the enemies, and you can move and change its direction while firing it. So let's go ahead and just quickly demonstrate all of her stuff. So real quick, her transformation. So obviously, like I said before, it just increases her stats a little, but nothing too crazy. Now we go to her skill 1, the Storm Kick. Now I do have these all maxed out in the training mode, of course, but obviously I feel like this is the best. You can see how wide the range is, and the damage it does is not too much. It's decent because it's max level, but compared to other skills, not so much. So let's go ahead and replay. So then let's go ahead and actually, do her, let's look at the difference between her damage and her normal. So they're doing about 90 normally, but after they're provoked, they go up to 136. So they get a 66% increase in damage. Ah, I see what they did there. Okay. So that's how that works. And then let's look at her skill 2, which was, what was this called again? A Blaze Dive. Let me do this. So you see it's a massive area of effect. You can move it around. If you hit a target, you'll teleport right to it. Let me get on the back side here, it'll be a bit easier. However, if you don't hit a target, you don't teleport. So you have to do that. As for the damage, let's look at the damage difference. So this does, I'd say around 2 to 3k. Just off a quick inspection. So let's do this and see how much more it increases. Oh yeah, so that goes up by a few hundred more damage. So it's not massive, but it is still good. Then her third skill is the barrier. This doesn't really do damage. It's mostly made to just push away opponents like that, and then give you a massive speed boost. So as for the speed boost, let's just quickly see how fast you go. Takes a little while to get down there, but if I pop this skill, all of a sudden, I'm way faster at the beginning and able to move away a lot faster. And then finally we have her ultimate, which is the Crush Cannon. It's a pretty big fan, max level. However, early on it can be a bit of a detriment, but I'll show that during the showcase. But here it is. Pretty good damage. And yeah, anyways, that is going to be her abilities. Onto the gameplay. Alrighty. So I am in the bottom team here. My team consists of Goku, Deborah, and Krillin, while my enemies are against Baby. I'll find them in a second. Yeah, Kid Gohan, Trunks, Goku, and Baby. Those are the opponents.
Alright, come get some!
3, 2, 1, start!
Let's fire it up! Let's get this party started!
So yeah, early on, I'm just grinding levels. As for the skill set, I would recommend from what I've played, I think the kick is obviously the most important skill to level up, if not max out first. Because that's how you mainly get your passive up, and that basically her entire character is based around said passive. After that, I would recommend her skill 2, which is the Teleport Blast. Because it's really good for going into opponents or catching opponents trying to run away. And obviously, once it levels up, it gets a massive blast radius. Yeah, over here just already taking ass with Deborah. Feels good. So one thing I have noticed too with tanks, I don't know if they lowered their basic tank stats. It feels like they haven't, and that is kind of worrying because that was a massive issue. So it might be another issue of this. So we'll have to see though. As for my support, I just have Kaba on. That's the only one I really have active right now. I'm able to use. He just gives defense up, which works with Caulifla pretty well, given that she gets a lot of damage. Yeah, so I was getting triple teamed up top here. Decided to go for my ultimate due to that fact instead of one of the other skills. And to be honest, from what I've seen, skill 3, which is the energy barrier, it's kind of just useless. It's not actually useless, obviously, but compared to the other skills, it is much less effective. Because all you do is put up a bit of a barrier for half a second, and then the enemy just still chases you. You're able to get away if they don't have any like teleports or stuff like the Kaioken there, but if they do have teleporting moves, they can probably just catch up to you if you're by yourself. So it's basically just used to get enemies off of opponents. That's pretty much it. Yeah, overall, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, this match went very smoothly. It wasn't really any complications. Me and Deborah just held it down the entire time. I will say one thing that really bothers me so far is the Gekishin impact stuff. I'm honestly not a fan of that, simply because while you're doing it, you can't actually attack whatsoever. Yeah, I almost died there. Thankfully, Trunks was able to give me invincibility. Now, I'm not sure if these were bots. Honestly, they very well could have been. I'm still having trouble telling if these are all bots or because I know there's a lot more real players now, which is very nice. But yeah. So yeah, for the most part, just grinding levels until I'm able to go all out and start pushing real hard against the opponent. I can finally go Super Saiyan, but I like to save, especially on like Caulifla and Vegeta, save their transformation for when I'm low on health and can't heal, because it'll A, give you invincibility momentarily, and it'll recover a lot, if not all of your HP. So it is a very good tool to just stay in combat, so you might as well hold on to it as long as possible. So for characters like Bojack, for example, or Super Saiyan Goku, I think it's better to just instantly transform due to the fact that they're not going to be really tanking anything, so you want as much health as possible. But see, that was an ultimate, and it only did that much. Obviously, he was lower level than me, but nonetheless, still very powerful. Yeah. We were both trying to get in there because they kill them all. I'm like, oh god, isn't there? Yeah, that's something I can talk about. The card setup for Caulifla. Obviously, right now it's still new, so we're not the best with it. But I like to do full green, just full tanking, with the Master Roshi build-up. Which what that card does is every time you get a KO or an assist, you get a stack of build-up, which gives you permanent defense within the fight, making Caulifla just that much more tanky. As for the second skill, it's just every bit of damage you take is reduced by a little bit. So, you know, again, basically extra damage reduction never hurts. And then finally, I have the Angel card. I forgot what it's called. And what that does is I take up, when I'm near my teammates, I take up a portion of the damage they take instead of them taking it. So that way the attackers, like the boar there, can stay alive for a lot longer. I could change it up. I'm thinking of trying other stuff as well. We'll have to see, but probably only when the full version comes out, because I'm recording a lot of videos with like everyone. As you can see there, I was getting a bit low, so I decided to abuse my iframes to transform. And there we go, just annihilate baby, get back to full health. I do sometimes forget to upgrade my skills right away. That's it. I should remember that. Yeah, that's another thing. If you get interrupted during a skill use while doing the Gekishin impact, you just lose the ability to use the skill because it goes on cooldown still. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of it, honestly.
Amazing! Your teammate just landed a max deck wild. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Look how hard they're fighting! I'll go up top!
Yeah, we all decided let's just push this while we can. All the enemies are somewhere else, and we're just gonna blast this thing away. There we go, and then a quick rush to the middle, and GG. So yeah, that is the first game. As you can tell, it went very well. We didn't lose any objectives, I'm pretty sure. So, again, I don't know if it was a bot game, but GG's to the opponents. That was fun. Let's go ahead and hop on into the next one.
Come get some!
3, 2, 1, stop!
Alright, second round. This time I tried to go bottom, which coincidentally again into Flora. And no, that is... I don't know, it might have been the same player, but I'm not grouped with them, so I have no idea why they had the same person. But then Trunks comes down for some reason. I'm guessing because this is a better lane for transforming characters. Because that, if you didn't know, the bottom lane, I'm pretty positive, has a more XP, thus letting transformation characters like Caulifla, Trunks, Vegeta, Goku, Bojack, they're able to get to their transformation state a lot faster than normal. The one thing you'll see here, and I think it might be a bug, maybe not, okay, maybe not here, but stuff like Caulifla's passive of, the aggro, it doesn't work on like those bosses and whatnot. For some reason, it just they don't get the debuff on them, and so I just don't do nearly as much damage, and it's honestly kind of really annoying.
Damn, I like this feeling!
I believe the modifiers for this game, as you can tell, one was the explosion. The other one I honestly forgot, but. Not that it wasn't anything impactful like the max skills or skill 1 powered up. Honestly, outside of those two, and I guess the wall one as well, where there's like Castlevania food in the walls. The other ones are kind of just whatever. They're not that powerful or make any difference really. They're fun. I like them. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy them. They definitely spice up the gameplay, but they don't like make it a lot harder or anything like that. Yeah, I can see there, my damage reduction saved me super badly there. I would have died otherwise.
I shall not abide any foul play.
So let's see if we can see it here. I think we should be able to. Yeah, right here. So you can see he didn't get aggro, so I'm not doing any extra damage or whatnot. But the reason I'm saying it's bugged is because I've had times where I did do my skill 1 of Caulifla on a character like this, and they did get aggro. So I don't get why it sometimes happens, but most of the time it doesn't. So it's probably a bug of the game. Probably not supposed to happen, and sometimes it just does by mistake. Yeah, my Trunks got absolutely obliterated there, so I'm like, yeah, nope, I'm dipping out of that fight. I ain't doing that. More so because Zeno was on his way, so if I got low HP while fighting him there, I would be absolutely screwed. Solve a little bit of the energy barrier. Making sure to try and get him inside so they can't actually do anything. Unfortunately, it locks on to Goku, but my energy barrier comes in clutch yet again. Alright, got rid of Vegeta there, thanks to the help of the god. And then I teleport to Goku, and do I finish it? Yeah, because for some reason he does a Spirit Bomb. That did a lot of damage. Just tapping it. I imagine he was trying to throw it at me, but he messed up and just panic clicked it, and then it went where he was. So yeah. And then I'm just going behind, doing that while he's distracted. Can't hit me.
Assisting.
Oh yeah, the enemy gets 16, tops into a pickle because of that. Trying to help my Trunks escape, but he kind of just, yeah. But I think he still manages to, no he doesn't, because he decides to keep attacking Cyberman when the enemy is right next to him. Yep, now that'll have to really do that. But I got rid of Goku, and I'm able to get, Vegeta, and here comes Goku. And then I can just kill Goku here, thanks to it being this. Low on health. I was thinking he would run away, but no, he just stood there, so I was able to pick him off and finish him off real quick. I decided to go for a nap, I believe. Yeah. So I see there as well, he didn't get aggroed. Really annoying. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I will say in this case, I probably shouldn't have gone for a different setup. I'm just so used to doing this one. But hey, you know what? It's only a 3-day beta, so can't you blame me too much?
Let's play a little game.
Yeah, it seems like my team was grouping up at bottom because they already all destroyed all the top goals. So the enemy team was getting obliterated here.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, Boo and Goku teaming up to me. It's not a great combo. Thankfully, Goku hit the wall instead of me with that, so that saved me. I believe because of the speed boost from the barrier, I'm able to get out of the group. And thanks to Deborah's help a little, I'm able to get Goku out of there. This was so close, that was terrifying. Ah, man. Yeah, but as you can see that with her ultimate, at level 1, it's honestly really bad. It has very short range, and it's only like a single blast. It's not like a wide area blast barrage, so it's just a lot harder to do anything. I do think for Caulifla's barrier, in like maybe in the full I don't know how to get it there. But like in the full game, especially if they lower the damage of tanks, will be actually maybe one of, if not her best skills, simply because maxed out. It's got as you saw in the ability showcase I did, really massive area that just pushes enemies outside of it, so you can really use it as a great protection mechanic. Yeah, I tried to get back to stop him, but I unfortunately couldn't. Decided to pop my Kaba, extra defense on here, get that damage reduction going, but I am getting triple teamed, which is a bit much for me. Want me able to hopefully discourage them. And now I have backup, I'm fully good to go, but food turns into candy.
Don't make Universe 6 look bad in front of all the other universes.
One thing I do wish with the speed boost though is that it would let you go into your flying state like this a faster, but it's whatever. And then, yeah. Thanks to my teammates' help, they were able to keep them there, came back full health, and I'm able to just blast them. Yeah, he tried to photon bomb me, but no, I teleported out of that. Actually, you can see up top now that they got a lot of, they got a lot. But now, I should have my ultimate maxed out, I believe, when I upgrade it. Yeah, there we go. So, although you don't get to see it there because I used it on God. Yeah, I was like, no, I was so close if only Vegeta didn't show up. I really wanted to get back in, but like, no, I'm not going to be able to. So, decided to go and do this. Ah, so frustrating. But it's whatever. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take care of the middle boss, because that'll take care of the tower for me, and then I can just go ahead and get the Dragon Ball. So, head over here, take care of Rubbery and Vegeta came in trying to steal them. Like, hell's no, get the hell out of here. Ah. And now I just make my way to the base. I'm able to show off our ultimate damage on the base. Absolutely melts it. And boom, there we go. I get the Dragon Ball. So yeah, that is Caulifla. She is a very good tank. I absolutely love her. So I think she's the best. I think she might be up there as one of the best, honestly. She's really tanky, does a lot of damage. So yeah, anyways, that's going to be the end of the video. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.